All right, we're back at it again. Yo, yesterday I didn't create any content because there was a solar eclipse, and that energy definitely had me just wanting to just rest up a little bit and not just do much of anything. And that goal I had of hitting the gym 6 times a week, automatic fail. But you know what? Even though I'm not gonna be hitting my mark that I want to hit, I'm still gonna do pretty good. I'm still gonna do 4 to 6, so it's not that bad. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep going. Doesn't matter how many setbacks we have. Doesn't matter how many obstacles we might have in the way. We're gonna keep on going. And goddamn, I'm not wearing my fucking shades today, and I look kind of weird without it. You know what I mean? It's a super sunny day. It's a hot day, and look at the sounds in the background. You guys hear that little buzzing sound? I know it's an insect of some sort, but man, whatever that is, that little insect is vibrating high. And I could imagine so. Today is the 13th of August, and today is a 22-4 day. So if you're out on road today, what you're gonna notice is there's gonna be a lot of feds on the road today, a lot of police officers on the road today. Because 4 is a number and energy of law and order. And when this, I'm not even talking properly today. Holy, all these bugs are trying to go into my mouth. But like I'm trying to say, today is a 4 day. And with 4 energy, you need to be very cautious on the road. If you're moving dirt or doing dirt or speeding or doing any kind of dumb fuckery, you will get caught today. So don't get caught lacking by the feds. Follow a law. Don't break any laws. Be a good little youth. But today also has 22 energy, and 22 energy is about that master number energy. It's a great day to build whatever you're trying to build. It could be your body, it could be other people, it could be your projects, whatever it may be. Today is a great day to build. And if you've noticed, maybe last night you probably had a lot of trippy dreams. Under 22 energy, there's always a lot of trippy dreams and cool weirdo kind of type dreams that happen. So you might have noticed that. But what I want to talk about today was disrespect. I want to talk about disrespect. You know, more times than not, whenever someone disrespects you, you know, you feel a certain type of way. You know, you want to kind of get your lick back. You kind of want to stand up for yourself and be like, what? What'd you say, fam? You disrespecting me? You know, there ain't no way you're gonna disrespect me. You know, you're gonna stand up for your self. You know what I mean? You're gonna do whatever you can to kind of, you know, get that honor back, right? You're not gonna let someone fucking talk shit about you. Disrespect is not tolerated, especially when it comes from someone outside of yourself. Correct? Now, what I want to talk about is how you're so cool with disrespecting yourself. You have no problem, no issue when you disrespect yourself. And there's multiple ways you disrespect yourself. There's ways when you don't even respect your word. If you said that you made a promise to yourself, say you're not going to do this and do that, and you go and do it again, that's disrespect to self. Anytime you allow people back into your life that have done you wrong, that's that's disrespect to yourself. So more times than not, we might not be cool with tolerating disrespect from other people, but we're sure as hell as being okay with tolerating disrespect when it comes to disrespecting yourself. I don't know if that made any sense. I'm kind of eating up all my words right now. I'm a little dehydrated. It's really hot outside. But what I'm trying to say in layman terms is that, yo, you're out here being cool with yourself. Okay, I just fucked that up. Am I gonna start all over? No, I'm not. I'm gonna keep it going. My whole point is you don't tolerate disrespect from other people, but when it comes to yourself, you're okay with it. You're cool with disrespecting yourself. You're cool with not respecting your word. You're cool with breaking promises to yourself. Why is that? Why is that? I don't care to be respected by other people. Who the fuck is anyone else? A lot of people are NPCs. They're soulless. They don't got no honor. They don't got no integrity. But when it comes to yourself, you're cool with disrespecting yourself? Nah. Nah, come on, family. You gotta do better than that. You gotta have more honor and more integrity when it comes to yourself. Anytime you break a promise to yourself, who you hurting? You. Anytime you go back and start chilling with people who've disrespected you in the past, who are you hurting? Yourself. Sometimes in life, old timelines need to collapse. And when you allow old timelines to continue, you yourself will never level up. I see a lot of people living the same day, day in and day out. Why? Nothing is changing because they themselves are not willing to change. They themselves are not willing to put themselves first. I told you guys in the beginning of the year, 2026 is a one universal year. If you're going to be selfish, this is a year to do it. This is a year for you to put yourself first. So if you're cool with disrespecting yourself and breaking your word to yourself, then you're already a lost cause. You're already done. You're more concerned about getting up in someone's fucking face, knocking them out, giving them a couple of 1-2s and a leg kick when they disrespect you. But when it comes to yourself, when it comes to you disrespecting yourself, you're alright with it? You cool with it? Look at the sun just came out. What a omen. What a beautiful omen. I'm gonna miss summer so much, man. I love summer. It's like my favorite season of the year. I know it's gonna get a little chilly. It's already getting a little bit chilly, especially in the evenings, but yeah, family. Life is changing. You know, the older you get, the better you get. You know what? This is a little saying that I have. You know, when you're a little young buck and stuff, you're really cool at saying what up to people. You're really cool at meeting new people and introducing yourself. You know, but the older you get, the better you get at saying goodbye. Sometimes, actually not sometimes, mostly all the time, you have to be very well aware of who is good for you and who is bad for you. And more times than not, when you're chilling with somebody, one of the main causes or one of the main signs you will get is that someone is draining your energy. When you go your own separate way after kicking it with somebody, if you feel drained, just know that person is an energy vampire and that person is not good for you. Be mindful of who you spend your time with. It's super important. Now more than ever, we're living in an age of Aquarius. And this era that we're living in right now, we're constantly bombarded with so much information, and so much of that information leads to our intuition being diluted, our own inner knowing being diluted. You get confused, you get distracted on the daily. That's why I kind of feel like having a smartphone is cancerous. I feel like having a smartphone and doom scrolling is extremely injurious to your health. You get what I mean? Nowadays, I like to just be outside. I like to be in nature. This is my like safe space, just being around nature as much as I can. I don't know what it is with people these days. I'm not trying to go out of my way of changing anyone no more. Like even when I'm recording this content right now, I'm not really talking to you. I'm not really talking to some made up audience that eventually is gonna watch this video and give me 100,000 views and applaud me. I'm making this content mostly for myself. When I'm speaking to that camera right now, I'm actually speaking to myself. I'm looking at myself. I'm talking to myself because the only person I could change in this world is myself. And another thing I just noticed right now is that anytime I get to that 9 and 10 minute mark of recording content, I get more comfortable. Remember, guys, this is only like my fourth or fifth video that I've recorded, and I'm doing this straight off the dome. I'm not really scripting anything. I'm just doing it straight from my dome. I want to become a better communicator. I want to become a better speaker, and there's no better way of doing it by just going on camera and just straight yapping. You feel me? And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just practicing. And I might just go a little bit off topic here and there, but that's organic. That's how you know it's real. That's how you know I ain't just fucking talking shit and gibberishing and just saying blah, blah, blah. Nah, it's all real. It's all from the heart. You know, the month of August is always a test from last year. Whatever happened last year usually appears in the month of August. It's kind of like a final exam to see if you passed or if you successfully learned the lessons of last year. And when October comes around, October is usually the month that shows you what's going to happen next year. It's a little predictor of what's to come next year. Take that in. Maybe you'll notice it. Maybe you'll notice that August has a lot to do with whatever happened last year. And this is just the universe's way of just testing to see if you got it right. You know, the world is changing. The days of having a 9 to 5 are almost coming to an end. You know, AI is about to pop off in a really big way. And these little basic jobs that we used to have, where you could just go to say like Tim Hortons or McDonald's or even get a factory job and make a buck, that is about to go extinct real quick. But you also got to understand, having a career or having some sort of status in life, especially when it comes to having a job or a 9 to 5, like say you have a career, I'm a banker or blah, blah, blah. Those terms and that terminology and having a career of any sense was created within the industrial age. Now we're in the information age. We're going into a future where having the 9 to 5 or having a job is not going to be necessary anymore. You know, we're going to have AI doing all these little shitty jobs. We're going to have robots doing all these little jobs. And what's going to happen is we're going to have a lot of people that are unemployed at home. We're going to have a lot of people who are just going to be rotting and just watching slop content all day. This is actually a renaissance time period where people with souls like me and you actually now have the opportunity to spend time on our crafts, spend time on our art, spend time on our purpose. How many of you can actually say that I have a goal in life, I have a dream in life, I have an ambition in life, and it has nothing to do with money, it has nothing to do with monetary gains? A lot of the things that you wish to achieve in this world, money and success is a byproduct of it all. The money should have never been the main goal unless you're an 8 or a life at 8. Then that's a different story. But more times than not, when you focus on the money and the material wealth, you will always fail. But when you do it from the heart, when you do it from your soul and you know it's a part of your divine purpose, all those little accolades, all those little things that you wanted, just come with it. The money comes, the success comes, the product, all the fulfillment, all the nice things that you want come with it. And my whole thing was that sooner or later, there won't be any jobs out there. Sooner or later, whatever you identify yourself with, like even though it's like whatever you identify yourself with, if your career and what you do for a living is a part of your personality and your identity, be prepared to be shocked. Those times are coming to an end. And now the world needs more soulful people than ever. We need people like yourself to create great art. It's time. It's time. It's time for you to be like, you know what? Fuck it. The job market's crap. There ain't no proper jobs out here. You gotta create your own way. And I think what people are really craving now, especially in an AI world, you know, especially when how AI is just gonna keep on increasing, it's gonna keep popping off. We need people that got soft skills, human skills. The people are gonna be yearning for a human connection. You get what I mean? I was watching this little interview a little while back by this AI company, and this AI founder was asked a question: "Hey, what can I do to get better adapted to this post AI world?" And he was saying, "Listen, anyone can learn AI. Anyone can do AI. It's very simple. It's very easy to learn. Anyone can do it. What we're having difficulty right now with is finding people that have the soft skills. And the soft skills he was mentioning were very simple. He's like, we're looking for people that have good communication skills, good interpersonal skills, good skills to just build a simple relationship with somebody. Nowadays in today's society, no one is social. No one wants to communicate or connect with others like they once used to. And I'm talking about face to face. I'm not talking about online or through the internet or through social media. I'm talking about face to face. Those skills are becoming more and more rare as the days go by. You know, when's the last time you've been outside and you see an old person? It's like, hey, how you doing? Have a beautiful day. People are not doing that no more. And especially since the COVID era, people have become a lot more antisocial. So with jobs going away, with AI taking over, human connection is the next big thing. Tap into your soul. Tap into who you are. Tap into what makes you unique and weird, and just go all in with that. You feel me? That's all it's about. Like, I can't tell you guys how much anxiety I get before I hit the record button. I want this to be so freaking perfect. You know what I mean? I want this content right here, this YouTube video to be so freaking perfect. But perfection, that's quite impossible to achieve. In my personal opinion, true beauty is pain. True beauty is imperfection. So, with a person like me who is an overthinker, I always make things more difficult for myself when they don't need to be. Sometimes all you gotta do is just hit the record button and just go with it. Look at my video when I first started this video in the first 10 minutes. Very sloppy. But once I got into it, once I got past the 10-minute mark, I started flowing. And I'm literally just speaking about anything that comes to my head. I'm just straight yapping. You know what I mean? I'm just yap maxing right now. And I know once I get my reps in, I know once I get to my 33rd video, I'll become a pro at this. But you just gotta try. You know what I mean? A lot of people are gonna get you into this fear mindset and make you believe that time is running out. Time is always running out. We never ever know when our last day is coming. No one ever does. No one ever will know. You get what I mean? So you gotta give it your all every day. That's all you could really do. Just be present with yourself. Meditate. Speaking of meditation, I was reading this post on X today, and it said that when you meditate, you kind of pretty much align with that frames per second. You're able to slow your mind down and become more present, and you're able to see and feel things in more detail and a more slower frame per second. And I thought about that for a second. I'm like, whoa. Every time I meditate, every time I do my breath work, I feel so aligned. I feel like I could see everything. I could feel everything more greatly than before. And not in a rush manner, in more of a flow manner. And I think that's what people need to really get back into, which is meditation, spiritual practices, some sort of ritualistic, some sort of ritualistic things that you could do that could benefit you and your life in many ways. Let me drink some water. I kind of miss not having my glasses on today, my shades and stuff, but eh, we do what we gotta do. But I want to go back to my original topic that I was talking about disrespect. How the fuck are you so cool with you disrespecting yourself? How come you're so angered and resentful when someone else disrespects you, but you got no problem when you disrespect yourself? That's dishonor. I don't rate that. Be true to your word. Be real to yourself. Don't freaking break promises to yourself. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. And every time you betray yourself by not keeping your word, the more you're gonna fall into depression. The more your soul is gonna be like, yo, what the fuck did I do to you? I've been doing nothing but having your back. I've been nothing but making you aware of your enemies, trying to uplift you and build you up. But you're out here deceiving me by betraying me, by not following your word, or by doing things that you said you weren't gonna do anymore, but you're still doing it. Stop that shit. Stop disrespecting yourself. You know, the next time I see you getting all rowdy when someone else disrespects you, the next time I see you get rowdy when someone disrespects you, just keep in mind you've done it to yourself over and over again, time after time again. Don't feel offended when someone disrespects you. Feel offended when you disrespect yourself. Hopefully that I made my point there. I'm gonna get off that topic. I think that was pretty self-explanatory. But yes, 22 it's a 22 day with 4 energy, and you already know later on I'm gonna hit the gym. I'm gonna go to Muay Thai and put my work in, put the work in. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like I deserve a beating today. I feel like someone deserves to get beat the fuck up today too. You know what I mean? No disrespect to any of my teammates that are watching this. It's all fun and games. You know what I mean? We all have a good time, and we'll always build each other up. And that's one thing I really like about the gym that I go to. Or maybe all gyms are like this. I don't know. But my gym, the people that come out there, they're high achievers. A lot of them used to be buckets. A lot of them used to be freaking like goons and thugs. And some people went to prison, and some people are out of prison now, and they're trying to better their life. And a lot of the people there are trying to become better versions of themselves, and they put in that work. And seeing them put in that work inspires and motivates me. You get what I mean? It inspires and motivates me. Sometimes I see very big people there. Like, I don't want to be rude, but I'm talking about very fat, chunky, overweight people who consistently train day in and day out. And after like a year or so, even like 6 months or so, there's a complete transformation. They don't even look the same the way they used to. They look so completely different. They're glowing. There's even more charisma and mojo in their step and their move. And it's so beautiful to see. People who work on themselves, people who are constantly building themselves up on a daily basis, those are the people you want to be around. So shout out to my crew, shout out to my gym, you know what I mean? RHMT, like, yo, those guys, bro, because of them, I finally have a better visual of myself, a better feeling of myself. And I will always pay homage to that. You feel me? But other than that, guys, there's so many things I could talk to you about, but it's so difficult. Like, I feel like I'm all over the place. I'm a very Mercurian individual. And so I'm always jumping from one topic to a next topic. But my whole goal here is to literally just, as much as I'm kind of talking, like I'm kind of pretending like I'm talking to like an imaginary audience, real shit, I'm just talking to myself. I really am just talking to myself. I'm only telling you guys things that I would tell myself. I would never preach or communicate or speak about things that I would never do myself. Ever. I hate those kind of people. I hate those motivational freaking speakers who talk about this and that and blah, blah, blah. But they ain't about that shit. They ain't about that life. They just got a really good mouthpiece. Pause. You know what I mean? They just got a really good mouthpiece, and they know how to speak. They got the gift of the gab. But are they really about that shit? Nah, family. They're not. Me, I'm actually trying to stay true to my word. I'm going to do and say everything that I mean that's close to my heart. I'm actually about that life. I've been about that life my entire life. And one thing I do want to say is, yo, listen, check this in. Especially when it comes to this whole YouTube and internet and creating content game. 2 days ago, on that double 11 day, when I told you people are going to crash out, the second I got off camera, oh, by the way, the last video I uploaded, the reason why I shut off just like that was because my camera overheated. The Matrix did not want me to spit game that day. It said, you know what, that's enough. I don't want you to speak no more. I don't want you to talk no more. Boom, turned my camera off. But it ended in a way where I said, listen, all people with souls need to stay centered. That was my last word. I thought that was pretty fucking cool, right? Frick, I was gonna say something. I lost my train of thought. Honestly, I gotta eat more almonds, man. My freaking, ever since I hit my 5 energy, my 5 cycle on my birthday, I've been so freaking forgetful. It's crazy. Like, I'll be on a rampage. I know exactly what I gotta do, this and that. Next thing you know it, boom, I forgot. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, now I remember. It was a double 11 day, and right when I got off the recording content, and I went on my phone, I seen that YouTube has these new metrics for you to be monetized. In order for me to be monetized on YouTube, I think I need 4,000. Was it 4,000 hours or 8,000 hours of watch time? Right when I saw that, I was like, what? You're telling me I gotta get this many hours just to get monetized? Holy shit. At first, my scarcity mindset, the weaker side of my mind was like, oh my god, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna create this much content where I'm gonna get this many hours of watch time? That's practically impossible. I'm not gonna be able to do this, right? But then I kind of made myself aware. I'm like, whoa, 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 relax. Where is this lack mindset coming from? Yes, it's going to be a lot more difficult to get monetized, but it doesn't mean it's not going to be impossible, right? So a lot of these NPCs are gonna stop creating content for YouTube. They're probably gonna go onto Facebook. They're probably gonna go on TikTok, and they're probably gonna go back on IG and just flood that. But I feel like the real ones are gonna go harder on YouTube because real shit. I've been on all the platforms. I've been on IG. I've been on TikTok, and I have a lot of success, especially on IG. But that's from me curating content, not creating my own content. But I've been in this game long enough to know that YouTube is the real firepower. And remember, YouTube is founded on February, I believe it's called February 14, 2005, I believe it is. Yeah, 2005. And 2005 is a rooster year. And YouTube is created under double five energy. So in order for you to succeed on YouTube, you have to be entertaining. You have to be creative. You can't be boring. You can't be dull. But most of all, YouTube is founded under rooster energy. And rooster energy is all about yapping. The more you yap, the better you're probably gonna pop off on YouTube. But rooster is also loyal energy, right? Yeah, roosters are the most loyal signs in the Chinese zodiac. So as long as you're loyal to the YouTube platform, as long as you're consistent, as long as you show up, as long as you yap the fuck out of your brains, you will pop off. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm practicing. I'm putting on work. And I'm pretty sure when I see these videos a few years from now, I'm gonna cringe the fuck out. To be honest, I'm probably gonna watch this video later on my drive back home, and I'm like, God damn, this is cringy. What are you even talking about? You're just freaking yapping. That's all you're really doing. You're just yapping, 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 yapping. But you know what? If this is a matrix, if this is a simulation, then my energy will attract an audience, whether I like it or not. You feel me? With my master number 11 energy, my 11 life path, I will always attract a following to myself. But with my 22 energy, whatever I build, it will always attract the audience to that as well. Whatever I've created and whatever I built. So I just gotta be patient. I just gotta show up. I just gotta be consistent. And most importantly, I gotta have self belief. And I want you guys to have self belief too. Whatever you're building, whatever you're creating, in the beginning, no one's gonna care. No one's gonna give a flying whoo whoo. No one's gonna care. No one's gonna care. But as long as you put that work in, the results will come. So even though YouTube's really out here saying, oh my God, you need this many hours to get monetized. Cool. Bring it on. That's a challenge? Fine. Let me treat this like a full-time job. Let me go all in. Let me do what I need to do to get mines, because I know this is my destiny. I'm not saying my destiny is to be a YouTuber. My destiny is to speak and communicate. My destiny is to build you up. My destiny is to not only build myself up, but also to build you up as well. Believe in yourself. Stay away from social media. Stop scrolling it as much as you usually do. Just take a break. Step aside. Be outside. That's all you gotta do. And shout out to everyone that's been supporting since day one. You know what I mean? Homage to everyone that's put me on game since day one. I know times are a little tough out there right now. A lot of people are feeling very insecure about what's to come, especially with these new technologies and AI and this and that and all these wars. I want you to ignore it. I want you to just completely lock in. This is August. And from any time, whenever it's eclipse season, an eclipse season, if you lock in from July to September, you could correctly align yourself in that small time period and undo all the bullshit you've done in the last 5 to 7 years. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. My life has been nothing but setbacks. It's been nothing but obstacles. My life has always been on extremely hard mode. But I'm not a complainer. You will never catch me in that victim mind state. You will always catch me in that mindset. Yo, I have the ability to overcome. I've always had the ability to overcome. Look back at your past, right? Look at all the difficult things that have happened to you in your life. Have you not ever gone through it? You've always gone through it. It might have been tough in that moment, but you've always overcome. You've never folded. You never freaking admitted defeat. Somehow, some way, you pulled through like you always do. So think about that for a second. Remind yourself of your greatness. Step into your greatness and learn how to love yourself again. You get what I mean? All that validation that you're seeking externally is all an illusion, and it's not even that fulfilling. But when you have self-love for yourself, when you love yourself, when you do things from your heart and your soul, I promise you, no backdoors ever created. And things will always work out the way they're supposed to work out. Next time I'm gonna wear my shades because it's way too bright outside and my eyes are like chinkied up right now. And I swear to God, I'm sober as fuck right now. But other than that, family, I'm actually kind of liking this now. Even though I'm just yapping, even though I'm just saying a bunch of things that come to my head, it's actually really helping me. It helps me get all the bad thoughts out of my brain. It helps me to just be present. It helps me to just create. And I'm really liking this vibe. And if I could do it, I'm pretty sure you can too. And if I'm facing all my fears in 2026, a one universal year of new beginnings, you can too. Whatever it is that you always want to do, this is the year to do it. One universal year is all about new beginnings. And since this is whatever you do this year in a one energy year will last for a decade. You know, I never really think about short term. I never really think about, oh, how are things going to be for me 3 months from now, 6 months from now. Whenever I create a project, I always think about 10 years from now. So 10 years from now, I'm going to be super balling out of control. My AI robots are going to be freaking killing the game. You feel me? I'm going to have a huge army of robots that do my bidding. So if you fuck with me and get on my bad side, my AI robots are going to pull the fuck off. I'm talking shit. But at the same time, I'm manifesting. Anyways, y'all, I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for coming to my Yap session. I got a lot more content planned. I'm going to get better at this. And I really appreciate you guys just joining me on the journey. For real. RKG, OTRP.